Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin Family Channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. Yes, I still have a small cold, so yes, I still sound a little bit different, but congratulations all of you there with a new all-time high of Bitcoin, 69,400-ish on Bybit. I think that was the highest all-time high on Bybit. Of course, we are going to take a look at the charts. I have a trading tip, some travel tip, live advice. Yes, of course, also answering some questions of the followers, and of course talking about the news, because there's huge news, not only the all-time, but also news from the BRICS countries that I want to discuss on this early morning here in Thailand from my garden, not on the beach. So today, no booties. Check yesterday's video, full with booties. Let's quickly jump into the charts to show you exactly what I expect to happen now with Bitcoin, because I was right in yesterday's video. Is there gonna be a dip? There was a dip, and what's next? I will show you. Bam! The first chart for today, guys, is of course the 4-hour chart. On this 4-hour chart, we can see that dip that I was talking about yesterday. It came a little bit earlier than expected, but it was already there. The dip at the moment was almost 15%, guys. Now, 15% brought us all the way back. Just look at that candle over there to the bottom, and the low of that bottom was 59,313. So that's a huge dip. Now, what if that dip would extend to 20%, to just give you an indication what kind of level we are talking about? You're talking about 55,248. I don't see this happening, as at the moment we can see, of course, that large wick is being there. The next dip was a little bit smaller, and the third candle even smaller now. So I believe this is a beautiful pullback, and we can see the volume on the right side is massive at this area. And why is that massive? Because if you look at the red line, you can see there's a lot of candles hitting that as a resistance. Then we break it, and now we are retesting it. So we came up over here, and then we hit that resistance over there. You see, we hit it, we break it, and now we retest it before we move further. So this line was resistance, is turning into support now. I know this is not a perfect line that I'm drawing now, but you get what I'm saying. There, that line that was resistance, you can see it over there, and a few times, and now became support. Let's see if we keep that line as support. If we keep that line as support, that would mean from there, again, we make that green line up to a real all-time high, closing a full body above the previous all-time high. That is what I want to see, and preferably, of course, before the end of this week, so we can celebrate this weekend, again, a real Bitcoin all-time high. Now, this chart is a very interesting chart. I found this one on Twitter of Willy Woo. Yes, Willy Woo. He is saying, whenever this pinkish line on the bottom reaches that blue horizontal box, that is the moment that the last second part, when we break out of it, a huge run in the second part of the bull market will start. So if you now look to the blue circles, that's indicating every time that happened, you can see indeed that bam, the Bitcoin price went massively up. The first circle completely on the left, the second circle also, the third circle was there in 2017. That was when the second part went even steeper than we are going now. Then we have the fourth circle there in 2020, and now we are almost crossing the top of that box again. And that will indicate another blue circle, and of course, Bitcoin going up massively again. Of course, it can also happen what we saw there in 2017. When we reached the top of that box, we pulled back to the bottom of the box, and then the second time we broke out. That is, of course, also a possibility. They were reaching the top, pulling back, and then after the halving, really breaking out. Beautiful chart. This chart, you can see the Bitcoin yearly returns. Yes, there were 3 red years, 2014, 2018, 2022, and that will also be 2026, again 4 years later. But 2023 was pretty positive, 156%, 2024 up to today, 49%. This is of course going to be a couple of 100% in the end of the year, in my honest opinion, which again, of course, is a beautiful result for the Bitcoin bull market, guys. Here we can see the Bitcoin price on this date. On the 5th of March, we were at 62,214. We are talking about closing candles. So that was higher than the previous one, and even higher than the bull market year in 2021. So just crawling slowly up to that 100K price that we can see there on the top. And that will happen, guys, and it can take 2 years, but it can also take 4 years or 5 years, it doesn't really matter. As long as you hedge all your capital in Bitcoin, your capital will grow in value as Bitcoin will tremendously grow in value and minimally be 100K in the future. Per Bitcoin I'm talking about. We have the years without an all-time high. Now, yesterday a new all-time high was created, so we have 0 days without an all-time high. Every day now that we don't have an all-time high is going to be calculated. Look to 2017. This happened a lot of times. A lot of these vertical orange lines indicating the days without an all-time high. And that will be short-lived because we will be creating a lot of all-time highs now during this bull market. But then when the last bull market top all-time high is being created, then these vertical lines will stop for about 1,079 days, maybe 1,000 days. That will be about 3 years till we again create that new all-time high. So just enjoy this bull market run to the fullest, as this is the fun part of the bull market, because after that you need to wait almost 3 years again to get again that thrill euphoria feeling. So just enjoy it to the fullest, guys. Just enjoy it to the fullest. This chart is showing us that we could reach a bull market top already in August 2024. So I'm sharing this to show you the different opinions of the different people in this industry. Because if you compare the RSI to the previous runs, then it took 40 bars from the previous top to the next top. Again, 40 bars from that top 2021 to now would bring us to August 2024. So always keep an eye on all these indicators, the pi cycle top indicator, the RSI. All of these indicators are indicating the moment that we will see a top. And when that moment will be there, you just listen to the indicators. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to everyone that expects different things. If we repeat history, we will see a top in 2025. But we could change history because of the volume, because of the quick race in Bitcoin at the moment. And that could mean we reach an earlier bull market top. We don't have a glass ball. I don't have a glass ball. I don't even try to predict it. I try to educate you which indicators to use to see that the bull market top is there, and then take your own decision to exit the market. I will of course share when I'm exiting the market, but I will exit the market based on all these indicators. Not on the news, not on opinions, not on the bullishness of my friends. I will base it on the charts, and I try to educate you to do the same. I prefer to teach you how to fish than give you the fish, because if I give you fish, you never learn how to fish. And if I teach you to fish, you will be able to fish your whole life for yourself. And exactly the same counts, of course, for the Bitcoin cycle and Bitcoin trading. Here is the reason why we could dip to 61K, because there's a shitload of liquidity over there. 5 billion worth of liquidations happening when we dip to that level, guys. So simple as that. Keep an eye on all the charts. Where are the liquidations levels? Where are the resistance levels? Where are the support levels? Mostly Bitcoin will move in between those levels. I hope you really enjoyed the charts. Yes, short term, there is a lot of support around that 61K level. If we break that 61K level or touch that level, there is a lot of liquidations. I think $5 billion worth of liquidations at that 61K level. So mostly we will visit that. And then you can see that we will pump up again shortly. You know, this all-time high was a kiss to the all-time high. It was just like a wick. You need to close a full candle above the all-time high to really celebrate the all-time high, in my honest opinion. But still, it was an all-time high, and still, I'm gonna do what I promised. Still, I will jump and do a salto in my pool at the end of this video, but I'm gonna do another one when we make a real all-time high, like an all-time high of a full candle closing above that all-time high level of the previous all-time high in 2021, guys. The other charts show you that there is a lot of discussions. Some people think, oh, the bull market top is already going to be in 2024. Some people, inclusive me, we are thinking, hey, no, the bull market top should be in 2025. So there is a lot of different opinions, also a lot of different charts, and that's why I share all the charts of all those people. You must never only trust one person, me. You must trust other people as well. So that's why I share them all in one video. So you only need to watch one video and can see exactly, hey, these models are saying 2024 August because of the RSI. These models saying 2025 August, September, October because of the past of TA, always 70 months after the halving. So that's why I share as much as possible of these charts daily in these videos, so you can educate yourself and you can see the opinions of different people that have an opinion in this industry. Now, let's jump into the trading tip. The trading tip for today is very simple, and I will keep repeating this tip till you get it. The trading tip for today is buy the dip. Nothing else. Buy the dip. This is exactly the dip that all of you were waiting for. The dip that I've been telling you that would be coming. This is a 15% dip at the moment. If we do a 20% dip, we will still stay above 60K. Dollar cost average into the dip. If you see the Bitcoin price dipping, you dollar cost average. Hopefully you all listened and put some buy orders at all these lower levels like 10%, 15%, 20%. If not, you can still add Bitcoins now at a minus 15% if you compare it to the all-time high. So buy these dips, because we can see that the spot ETFs are also buying these dips. That's why we see these big wicks on the bottom. Large volume coming in, buying these dips for their clients. Amazing to see, but the best trading tip for today is buy the dip. The travel tip for today has to do, of course, that I am a little bit sick. I have a cold. Now, in these other countries like Thailand or Indonesia or Mexico, they all have a perfect health system. It's not that this is a third world country. The health systems are perfect over here. And they have all their local medicine that you can use to get healthy again. So I am using, of course, here the Turkish steam bed, that one that you can see. But I'm also using, of course, these sprays in the nose with, from a Thai company. It works perfectly. I don't have a stuffed nose anymore. But of course, you need to go through the whole virus and all that stuff. But it remembers me to a time that we were in Sumatra. In Sumatra, we were in the jungle, and Romain got this food poisoning. She really got sick, really sick. She was 1 day in the bed, 2 days in the bed. I'm like, okay, this is not good. And we tried all the medicines that we brought from the Netherlands, of course, but it was just not helping. It was one of the first trips we ever made, like 2002, something in that area. And then this local guy came to us, like, and he was like, no, we make a special tea for her, and then she will be better tomorrow. So they came with a tea, with wood and all kinds of stuff in it, and she was drinking. It was like, she's like, oh my God, it really tastes like poison. Yes, but they tell you, you will become better. So she drank the tea. At the end of the day, she was already feeling better. The day after, she woke up, completely gone was that sickness. So always trust the local people when it comes to treat sicknesses or viruses or having a cold or whatever it is. In those countries, they have their local medicines. They do work. Of course, always be warned. Don't go to those fake shamans and do all those stupid drugs in your body to heal your sickness. That's something else. That's like experimental. That's what I also do, like ayahuasca or iboga. But that is not the healthcare I'm talking about. I'm talking about the local medicines. They will be working very perfectly for you as well. So that was the travel tip for today. Always trust the local healthcare system. Yes, the news for today is that Bitcoin made an all-time high. It wicked into the all-time high, 69,400, depending on which exchange. All the exchanges had a different all-time high. I think Bybit had the highest all-time high of 69,465, something in that area. Beautiful. It was just a wick. We need to close a full candle, full body above the previous all-time high, in my honest opinion, to call it a real all-time high. But still, the price was a little bit higher than we were before for a couple of seconds or minutes, because we dipped back to 65K with a 15% dip. Amazing buying opportunity again in that mid-range of 60K. If you are all waiting now for Bitcoin to pull back below 50K or even 40K, I wouldn't bet on that. I would look at the volume at all these spot ETFs. If they continue buying in the pace that they are buying Bitcoin, in the volume that they are buying Bitcoin, these dips will be bought up very quickly every time when the US markets open. Just see what happens today and tomorrow. If these dips are being bought up very quickly, but with the large wicks, you know that the spot ETFs are buying, because they bought again, I think, $450 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday or the day before. I think $500 yesterday, $500 million. So that's a massive buying pressure coming from these spot ETFs. And also now the retail volume. I told you in yesterday's video, there will be people that are going to take profit at that all-time high because they have been waiting to take profit for 3 years. They've been stressing for 3 years. I bought the top. I'm in loss. And then yesterday, finally, the day was there. I can take some profit, break even. I don't trust Bitcoin anymore. That's exactly what's happening. Those weak hands are selling their Bitcoins on the complete wrong moment because they really believe that was the end of the bull market. They're selling at the wrong moment into the strong hands, for example, the spot ETFs and me. Because yes, also me. I am buying these dips, dollar cost average. Now, the second news for today is that the BRICS countries, they announced to create their own new currency built, a cryptocurrency, I need to say, built on the blockchain. Kind of strange because I would have thought they would be smart enough to start use Bitcoin for this, but they are going to build an extra new currency built on the blockchain that they are going to use with the BRICS countries and that other countries can use to do imports and exports, so trade with those countries. So that's a very important step because that step will mean, it will take another 4 or 5 years probably, when that currency will be created, that the dollar is going to lose even more value. Because all these BRICS countries and all the other countries that want to buy stuff from these BRICS countries are not using that dollar anymore as a world reserve currency or as a currency to trade in. They will use that BRICS currency or maybe even Bitcoin. Because I believe when they are going to create a BRICS currency built on a blockchain, that also means that will be exchangeable with Bitcoin in a very simple way. So they will probably start to use Bitcoin as a gold of the 21st century for all the BRICS countries, and then that new currency as the peer-to-peer cash for all those BRICS countries and their people. The most important part of the announcement was that that currency is not only being created because of the governments, but also for the people. It should become more easy and safe for all the people to use that international cryptocurrency that's going to be created by the BRICS countries. So that was the news for today. Let's jump into the last part. And the last part of the video, of course, the inspirational quote. The inspirational quote for today is, there are no shortcuts to a place worth going. When your end goal or your end destination is really worth going, there is no shortcut. You need to go up and down, and you will experience ups and downs and ups and downs. And the end goal will be amazing, but there is not like a shortcut to the end goal if it is an end goal that really is worth to be an end goal. Your end goal should be higher than you think that you can ever reach. Then it's worth to reach that end goal. And when it is worth to reach that end goal, there is no shortcut to it, guys. You need to go through it all the way. And of course, some people are lucky and they shoot, bam, as a star to become a star or a singer, and they are just talented or whatever. But also they have their ups and downs. And that's the cleaning lady, and she doesn't understand I'm making a video, so let her. But also those people have up and downs. But they still keep sight of their end goals, of their targets, of their destination. And when that destination is really worth reaching, then it's also worth to take those ups and downs all the time, guys. That was everything for today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the vacuum cleaning on the background? What do you think about the charts, about everything else? Thanks for watching. I'm too sick to do this again, guys. So I will see you tomorrow again, a little bit better, hopefully. Thank you for watching. Wish you an amazing day, and see you tomorrow again. Bam.